We have the Spring into Spring event, and I'm going to give you the top tips to help you guys max out because it starts on the 4th in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. The Spring into Spring event is going to bring in Spring Pokemon, brand new shiny, variants, and a brand new Pokemon, and we're going to get right into the tips. This event is going down on Tuesday, April 4th at 10 a.m. local time, and it's going to go all the way until April 10th at 8 p.m. With this event, we're going to have bonuses, which are going to include 2x hatch candy, half incubator distance, and a great one as well, 1 hour lucky eggs. There will be a brand new Pokemon, which is going to be Cutiefly that can evolve into Rabombi, and there's brand new Cherry Blossom Pokemon, including some old costume Pokemon with shinies coming back as well for this event. So with all that said, let's get into my top tips, starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is going to focus around the bonuses, which are going to be the half incubator distance, which I think is fantastic. Let's stop there for a second. So just remember, guys, hatching 12-kilometer eggs, and we have brand new rocket Pokemon out. If you want to see all the rocket Pokemon, you can check them out up here, but most importantly, the leaders are going to give you those 12-kilometer eggs. Hatching these eggs with half incubator distance and a super incubator is going to be very efficient for everybody. So I highly suggest you guys get out there, you hatch these 12-kilometer eggs in 12 batches. When you do so, you will get in and around 90 to 100,000 Stardust. It's very challenging to get all the way to that 100, but it is a ton of Stardust on one batch of eggs, and being that we can hunt the shiny shadow Pokemon. The Rocket Grunts are boosted during the Rising Heroes season, which helps us get to the leaders faster, and we are also able to capitalize on all this Stardust, man. That is a great recipe there. But not only that, let's check out the 2-kilometer eggs that are going to be in here as well, because we also have some great Pokemon which could contribute here. In the 2-kilometer eggs, we have Eevee. Eevee does have a brand new costume, which is a Cherry Blossom. It's not too far away from the Flower Crown in my opinion, but yes, it is a little bit different. So this is a brand new shiny, especially for all you shiny collectors. 612 will be the Hundo hatch. Then we are also going to have Pichu in here. That's going to be a 270 that also has the Cherry Blossoms. That is going to be with the brand new Pikachu with the Cherry Blossoms. That's a wild spawn. And then obviously you can evolve it into Raichu. We are also going to have the Flower Crown on the Togepi. Togepi hatch is going to be 375. The Azurite will be in there, 208 for the Hundo. The Happiny will be a 212 for the Hundo. And the Munchlax in here will have a shiny, and that's going to be 1081 for the Hundo. We have a Riolu, which is something that I desperately want this 100% IV. I don't care about the shiny, even though it is a bonus. I really want the 100% IV. If it's a Shundo, even better. But I'm going to be hatching for this, and I'm going to save all these Riolus. I'm going to swap trade with whoever else is grinding for eggs, so we can potentially get Luckies and potentially get Hundos in there, which would be fantastic if I do not hatch one. 567 for the Riolu, and then just remember that there will be a Mega Lucario, and then finally we have Cutiefly in here, which I think is the biggest bust of all the 2-kilometer eggs, but that's okay. 517 will be the hatch 100% IV. All of the above, except for this one, will have the ability to be shiny. So with that said, guys, get out there, hatch your eggs, figure out which one's best, and just remember, if you are looking to get a shiny out of these eggs, and you are going to be bummed if you do not get it, I would suggest do not go after the eggs. However, if you are okay with just yielding hatches, having some Stardust, and most importantly, those 12-kilometer eggs to get you more Stardust, that's really what I go about. I think I've only hatched like maybe 3 shinies from all my 12-kilometer eggs, but it doesn't really matter to me because I know every single time I'm guaranteed to get a good amount of Stardust with a star piece on, so don't miss out on that star piece. And then finally, we have 1 hour lucky eggs, which is fantastic. So if you are close to best friends, ultra friends, or even great friends, going out on this would be fantastic. Not only that, guys, you can do evolutions on these, even though I would suggest save all the way until the Spotlight Hour, which will be April 18th for the 2x evolution XP, but you can, if you have extras, evolve on a lucky egg. That's going to last an hour. You guys can go out and raid in person. You can do other things, and most importantly, you can hit excellent throws, which is going to be a fantastic, easy, free way to be able to get a ton of XP, especially on hour-long lucky eggs. So there's multiple things that you can do all at once. Take advantage of these bonus. Do not overlook them. Get that double hatch candy, but most importantly, get the half incubator distance, which will then lead us into tip number 2. Tip number 2, we are going to look at the wild spawns going on during this event. So number 1, we are going to have Pikachu. That does have the Cherry Blossoms. That one does have a shiny for all the shiny hunters out there. We are also going to have Jigglypuff out in the wild that does have a shiny. We will be getting Eevee with Cherry Blossoms. Eevee has evolutions into all of the evolutions. So if you guys do want that video and check out how to get all the evolutions, you can check it out up here. It's a cool time, but if you are going after all these shinies, you're going to need a lot of shiny Eevees to be able to get there. And the one downside is that Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon, if you've already use the naming trick, which I do cover in that video, they are going to be random evolutions as well. So I would start off by going after the guaranteed ones that you can influence, which is pretty much every single one except that one, and then go after this one last, because I would say, you know, obviously guarantee yourself instead of accidentally getting 2 Vaporeons. But the one positive here is if you already have a shiny Vaporeon and you have the Pokédex entry by just evolving an Eevee into all of the forms, you can trade for a shiny with the costume for only a lucky trade special trade cost of 800 Stardust. But if you do not have a shiny Vaporeon, then it will cost the 40,000 for the regular. So what I would suggest doing is evolving a shiny Vaporeon, catching the costume Eevee, evolving all of those so you have all of them covered. So if you do need to trade into any of them, that will be covered. As far as the evolutions, in the Master League, rank 81 for Sylveon. In the Great League, the Umbreon will be ranked 18 at a 0-15-15. And in the Ultra League, it will be a 100% IV 15-15-15, same as the Master League Sylveon. So if you do have an Eevee, you're gonna have to choose, would you rather have it in the Master League and evolve it into Sylveon, or would you rather have it as an Umbreon and go into the Ultra League with that Pokemon? And then next, we're gonna have Marill out there, does have a shiny. In the Great League, it's gonna be ranked 36 at a 0-15-15 at level 48.5, so you will definitely need XL Candy for that Pokemon. And also for the Eevees, either the Umbreon or Sylveon, or maybe you get both Hundos, you're gonna have to have XL Candy because both of those are level 50 for the Ultra League and the Master League Sylveon and the Ultra League Umbreon. And then we are gonna have Wishmer. Wishmer is a great Pokemon because you can evolve this Pokemon because it's virtually useless. So catch a lot of these, use Pineapple Berries, evolve them when you are on your lucky eggs, and stock up as much as possible. Buneary is also out there. You do have the Hundo Lopunny potential to go into the Mega. Mega Lopunny is going to be great because of its dual typing at a Mega level 3. It is not the most effective attacker, but it does serve the extra XL Candy once you do Mega Evolve it for 30 days straight, or just 30 times in 30 different days. So that's fantastic there. And then finally, we are going to have Cutiefly. Unfortunately for the Great League and the Ultra League, this Pokemon is irrelevant, so this is just a catch Pokédex entry and have. And finally, we will have the Bunnelby, which goes into Diggersby, which is actually going to be ranked pretty well. It will be ranked 31 in the Great League at a 0-15-13, so if you do care to go after that one, that one would be very effective. So with all that said, those are all the spawns, except, one second, we have 2 other Pokemon that are rarer. We are going to have the Flower Crown Chansey and the Flower Crown Togetic. Togetic is going to be the Calm Day coming up, so I wouldn't be too pressed about getting this one. But if you do get this Pokemon, highly suggest you guys wait, because you can get the Aura Sphere moveset when evolving if you choose to evolve it into Togetic into Togekiss. But Chansey, one thing I'm going to point out about this Pokemon is it is an extremely effective gym defender, so it's definitely something that you guys are going to consider to go after in Pokemon Go. So with that said, those are all the spawns. We've already covered the bonuses. Now we're going on to tip number 3. Tip number 3 will be all about the field research. Let's check that out right now. And the research tasks are going to be as follows. We have Hatch an Egg, which can give you either a Cherry Blossom Pikachu or an Eevee. Pikachu 402, Eevee is going to be 459. And then we have Hatch 2 Eggs for a Flower Crown Togetic, 732. And then finally we have Hatch 4 Eggs, which can be a Flower Crown Chansey at 537. And that's going to be all the research for you guys. As far as this goes, get out there, do a lot, stack them up, especially with the Hatch and Eggs tasks. And obviously Hatch 4 Eggs, Flower Crown Chansey, really cool. Can be shiny. Once again, amazing Pokemon to put in gyms to defend. Alrighty, and then finally we are also going to have a collection challenge as well, which is basically going to be catch all the Pokemon out there, which will be Wishmer, Bunnelby. We are going to have Buneary, Marill, Eevee, Pikachu, Cutiefly. You will have to evolve Cutiefly into Ribombee, and you will also have to evolve Bunnelby and Buneary into their evolutions of Diggersby as well as Lopunny, and then you will be able to get 10,000 XP, 5,000 Stardust, and a lucky egg, so you might as well complete that as well. So with all that said, now let's get into tip number 4. Tip number 4 is going to cover off the raid battles going on during this event. So for 1-star raids, we are going to have Jigglypuff, we're going to have Cutiefly, and the Cherry Blossoms of the Pikachu as well as the Eevee. If you have not done any of these Pokemon as unique raids, I would suggest doing these, and just remember that the costumes count as unique raid battles. So obviously we have 2 brand new ones that you can contribute towards your Platinum Medal if you don't have the unique raid battle yet. In the 3-star raids, we're going to have a regular Executor and a Alolan Executor. We're also going to have the Flower Crown Chansey as well as Togetic with the Flower Crown. And as far as the 5-star raids, we're going to have Lugia, that obviously has a shiny. If you want any details about that Pokemon, you can check it out up here. And then we will have the Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny, once again, I suggest you guys at least have some Mega Energy so you can get these Pokemon to Mega level 3. I would say at least 2 is effective because normal and fighting is a good combination to yield you more XL Candy when playing during events. So that's going to be everything you need to know for this event. Good luck out there. Have a lot of fun, guys. And most importantly, enjoy yourself. I appreciate you guys being here as always. To all my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm going to see you you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.